Hi guys, welcome back. Here's what I have so far. Gonna rotate it nice and slow. I've got the left atrium and the pulmonary veins, 4 pulmonary veins. This is the posterior side. Anytime you see this little spidery thing, that's on the back, all right? And I've got the left pulmonary artery coming right out of this volume on the left, and it swoops up and it turns, and we did this T intersection. And I was just gonna do this off camera, but then I thought better of it. It is an opportunity. I rolled out a little coil here because see that hole? That hole right there is totally gonna be a problem. And I wanna make sure that if you guys are doing this, and if you guys have encounter this problem, you know what to do. And I'm just gonna score a coil on and then blend everything in. But that's gonna make everything a lot more sturdy and stronger. Okay, so scored both ends. I'm gonna try and support it from underneath as we did when we were making our pinch pots. Anytime you push on the outside, it's good if you can support it on the inside, right? And we are just talking about a small amount of support. You don't need to be pushing really hard with that stick. Just a little bit of support is gonna do you. Now this elbow is gonna be tricky because I can't wrap the stick around, so I'll do what I can. I'll rotate, I'm doing it. Gonna push not too hard. Now in the last video, I was really kind of making a big deal about this right here, this little armpit of the left pulmonary artery, and how I didn't want it to be an acute angle. I wanted it to be more obtuse, and I wanted it frankly to be a round like elbow joint because that's how the blood is going to flow. And there's a couple reasons for that, why it was important to me. And one of the reasons is I know what my next step is. My next step is going to be to do the aortic arch over that little elbow joint. And this is one of my favorite parts of the heart, when the arteries and the aortic arch wraps over the left pulmonary artery. It makes a cool overlapping tube effect. Let's see, here's the left pulmonary artery, here's the left atrium, the kidney bean, and this is the aortic arch. And then see how things all fit together so beautifully. And that's that inside elbow joint that I was really concerned with. Let's see if we can find a better image. I think it's this top image. Yeah. See that? There's that elbow joint right there, and here's the aortic arch. See that? And so whenever I've been making my hearts, I always really like this little interior space here, this negative space here. And I try and pay attention to that space as I put something over it, and I make like a little, I like to make a little almond shape negative space right there. It's a little detail that you know, you'll notice if you're paying attention, and if you pick up the heart and you're turning it around in your hands. One of the benefits of having a life-size heart is that it fits in your hand really well. And hopefully you'll make something that will invite people to pick it up and look at it and look at all the cool textures that you put on. And maybe you'll have something really cool like right inside of the aortic arch and the left pulmonary artery. It'd be funny to put like a little smiley face or something, a little surprise in there, maybe a little, I don't know, a little eyeball or something. So it's a cool passageway that I'm always paying attention to. So this is what we got so far. Oh, one last thing. I did make a small another small tube, and you'll notice that one end is a little bit longer than the other. I did that by making the trapezoid, and I'm gonna score it on. First I got it wet, and then I'm gonna put it where I want it, and I'll leave that clay wet, and I'm gonna score just in that circle that the clay was wet. Do I need to cut this hole right here? You don't need to. It's okay. It's okay. If you want to, you're welcome to. Okay. So there's that third one. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to go around. I'm going to smooth these edges, all these little edges here, and of the arteries. I'm going to blend in my seams, and I really want you guys to consider, how are you going to finish your edges? Are they going to be a really soft organic edge, like super round like this? Are they going to be cut super clean, and are you going to look for very round, circular, clinical diagram kind of heart? That's going to have a different feel to it. In fact, you could put something inside, like if you had a thimble or something to make that super round, maybe like a pen, like the end of a Sharpie marker, and you went around in a circle. You know what I mean? So these are now some new questions that I want you to consider. How are you finishing these little edges? Okay, and I'm gonna keep I can feel my clay is getting a little dry, so I'm gonna put some water on it. I'm gonna smooth it out. I'm gonna hold it with my fingertips and not with my palms. I don't want this thing to go leather hard. I want to keep it somewhat pliable so I can put the texture on it. Okay, that's what I got so far. Tomorrow, pulmonary arch over the top with the little veins coming off the top. Sound good? Thanks for watching, guys.